Yes. Welcome to Afrique 24, whereby this is Dimbal Afrique, and it's on a Sunday. Yeah? Every Sunday we are here for the Dimbal Afrique so that we can discuss and also know what is happening in the sports industry. And of course, you know that the favorite league that is Premier League. Every person in the whole world knows what happens in the Premier League, and I want to say that Premier League is like a very tough competition, and the competition between Arsenal and the Manchester City is so tough. You know that when those two teams meet, then there is a huge crush on them, and we hope that either Arsenal wins the Premier. So the topic today that we're going to discuss is the race for the EPL, the race of the Premier League. Premier League is one of the toughest leagues that we ever face. We have Bundesliga, we have La Liga, we have Spain, La Liga, we have the Serie A, we also have the Kenya Premier League, we also have the League One. But those are leagues whereby whenever they play, it's not the same competition that we have in East Africa. But what I can say is that it is going to be one of the tough competition because now we are in the game number 35 and still we don't have the winner. Other leagues, for example, Bundesliga, they have already declared that Bayer Leverkusen, that is led by Xavi Alonso, has won the league. And also, La Liga yesterday, Real Madrid won the league after Barcelona were defeated. And again, what I can say is that this league is very tough, and every person in this competition plays for the club and also for the bunch. And a lot of pressure comes with the fans. Fans are there; they want to know what is happening in the world of sports. And Premier League is one of the tough competitions. And again, we know in Dimbal Afrique here we get to know what is happening in a Liga. You know what is happening in the Bundesliga. You know what is happening in Serie A. You know what is happening in La Liga, the transfer rumors. Here, you want to know what is the next coach, who is going to coach where, and the player who is playing for where. The problems that we are having. The big teams that is Man City. Manchester City is there and they are playing, and Manchester United is there. They have a big problem there. Chelsea is there. They have a big problem. And I want to welcome you wherever you're watching, either in Facebook, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. Now we have it known as X. Uh, Welcome to the studio. You can join through the link that I'm going to share there so that we can discuss and know more about the world of sport. And I'm very happy today because this is one of the best platforms wherever you are. Know that when you are in Afrique 24, then this is one of the best platforms whereby you can know what is happening. And I am happy for you to join so that you can know what is happening. You have a problem with your team. You are either Manchester City supporter, you are either an Arsenal supporter, and you want to know what is the next when it comes to your team. A lot of things are happening. You know that Manchester City and Arsenal, they have big competition after Liverpool slided. Liverpool got a slide, and the Jurgen Klopp side still they seem that they don't have that capability to win the league, and that is why the competition now is between Manchester City and Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's side is there, and since 2002 they have not won the Premier League, so they are struggling to win the Premier League, and that is something that Arsenal fans are still willing, and they want to know whether the Arteta side can give them that joy, because since 2003 hiyo ni wakati watoto wadogo hawakuwa wamezaliwa na walikuwa bado kuna watu walikuwa wamezaliwa na wajawahi Arsenal kama imepata kikombe, because that is almost 20 years mtu amesoma ameenda shule na hajaona kikombe Arsenal ikibeba. So I think Mikel Arteta side, they want to make sure that they win that competition. And the Premier League competition is one of the tough competitions that you'll ever face, because as I see Arsenal playing, they are playing with that motive that they want to win the Premier League. And I'm very happy if the London side win it. But they were struggling. They went to UEFA Champions League, they won. But again, they faced Bayern Munich, whereby they were eliminated. But again, UEFA Champions League, I can see that Arsenal, they have the ability to win the UEFA Champions League. But when it comes to UEFA Champions League there, you need to have that experience, because that is where experience matters. You see players like Thomas Muller, you see players like Tony Cruz. You saw the kind of assist that Tony Cruz gave to Vinicius Junior, that Brazilian guy who owns number 7 there. And I'm very sure if that guy Vinicius Junior is going to be at Real Madrid, then good things are going to happen. But again, experience matters. Carlo Ancelotti is there, is the head coach of Real Madrid, and is doing a very good job. And personally, I want to thank Carlo Ancelotti and the entire Real Madrid team, because they are doing a good job. The legends there, the likes of Luka Modric, the likes of Toni Kroos, the likes of Carvajal, they are doing a good job, and that is why Real Madrid is doing well in the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal tried; they went for the UEFA Champions League, but they played the same way they play for Premier League. But there, in the Premier League, is totally different with UEFA Champions League, because in UEFA Champions League you have to understand what you're doing. You have to understand which team you're playing. If it's Real Madrid, they were given a very tough side, because they were sheltered to play with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, all the team there has experience. The likes of Leroy Sané, or what he did. The likes of Thomas Muller, the likes of Arkin. Arkin has never been playing for UEFA Champions League. He has never won the UEFA Champions League, but I think they are thirsty to win that Champions League, and that is why the game that is going to be played at Santiago Bernabeu is going to be very tough, because I think it is not going to be easy for Real Madrid to accept the defeat for Bayern Munich at their home Santiago Bernabeu. So I think Jurgen Klopp side, no, not Jurgen Klopp, that is Thomas Tuchel side, and Carlo Ancelotti side is very tough. So it is going to be very tough, but I wish Bayern Munich can win. Win for Bayern Munich is going to favor Hurricane, because that is a good striker, and being a good striker, he has been taking away the Golden Boot. He has been performing very good in the competition, but again, he has not won the Premier League. He has not won either UEFA Champions League. Kane is trophyless, despite the kind of contribution that he always gives, the kind of contribution that he always show in the team. But yet, trophy is what matters. You can be a good striker, good defender, or a good coach, but then you are lucky to win cups. That is where you draw the line. So I wish Jurgen Klopp side can win. Not Jurgen Klopp. I think Jurgen Klopp side has already saturated in my mind. But what I can say is that we are going to make sure that we discuss everything here. We are going to tackle what is happening in Liverpool. They are having a new manager who is going to replace Jurgen Klopp. But the question is this guy going to qualify? Is this guy going to fit the seats? Is this guy going to qualify? Going to have the same raise, the same energy as Jurgen Klopp? Because Liverpool, this is a big team. This is a team that has won Premier League for a long time. This is a team that has a pressure from the fans. So it is going to be very tough. So I think the new manager is going to have a lot of time at the time there. But I think if he has the experience, then you will come there and you will play with the likes of Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk. Those players are there and they want to win everything for Liverpool. But I think the Liverpool side is one of the strong side whereby they are doing a good job. But despite the slip that they did and allowed Manchester City and Arsenal to continue the race for the title, then I think Jurgen Klopp side is going to be a tough one. So we are going to discuss a lot of things. And again, the transfer rumors. And again, we are going to look into the Saudi Pro League, whereby there we have Ronaldo. And yesterday he scored another hat-trick. Ronaldo is very hot, but again, he is bagging hat-tricks. Again, Erling Haaland is acting as a threat there in likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and the likes of Sergio Kun Aguero. Erling Haaland yesterday he scored 4 goals, and that is one of achievement that boy is doing there. I always call him a boy, because during big matches, the way they played with Real Madrid, you never saw who is Erling Brad Haaland, because Antonio Rudiger was there for him, and he gave him a very tough time. So I think here, what I can say is that we are going to talk more and discuss sports industry in general. Welcome to Dimba Al Afrique. Here is Afrique 24 team, whereby you are educated, informed, and you tend to know what is happening in the sports industry. You know, the Arsenal fans there, they are trying to see whether they can win for the first time since they have been struggling to win titles. They have not won Premier League for the last 20 years. But other titles like FA, Carabao, they have been winning. But the best to win and make your team proud is the Premier League, because you understand in EPL, that is the English Premier League, we have the EPL, that is where teams compete, and a lot of players want to join Premier League because you can play for La Liga, you can play for Bundesliga, you can play for Italy, that is Serie A, you can also play for League One, that is France. But again, if you join the Premier League, that is the joy of every player. If a player joins Premier League, then they are happy. They want to know what entails in Premier League. So it is in Dimple Africa whereby we're going to discuss all these things. I'm your host today. My name is Boniface Kimanzi, and this is Afrique 24. Remember, in Afrique 24, we have a lot of shows. Here we have the political shows that takes place every Monday to Sunday. Here you discuss about things that entails politics and all other things. We also have the Bed of Roses. In the Bed of Roses, here we discuss love matters. You have a problem with your love, you have some problem when handling love with your partner, then it is here in Dimbal Afrique whereby you are going to know all those things. And before we go on, this is one of the adverts that you're going to undersect in our today's show.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance, presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jesse, and Annie Waweru. Bed of Roses promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good love story, this is the show for you. Don't miss out on the chance to unwind and indulge in the joys and challenges of love, all brought to you by our talented hosts. Tune into Afrique 24 every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and let us guide you through the enchanting world of Bed of Roses. Subscribe now and mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this. See you there.
Yes. Afrique 24. Here you will always know what is happening in the sports industry. So as we go on, I want to tell you that the Premier League title is not a hazy title. It is not something that you can just go there and compete. You can see what is happening. Arsenal, they are struggling. Arsenal is very struggling to win this league. But again, I want to say Arsenal, they are doing a good job. And Arteta said, I want to play a clip whereby Arteta said yesterday that the team is ready to play and the team is ready to win the Premier League. The question is, for how long Arsenal fans are going to wait? For how long we are going to leave Manchester City to compete for this title? Yes. So Arteta yesterday after the match, he said that the team is ready to compete for the EPL. But again, the kind of players that Arteta is having, they have that cooperation. I have seen Arteta team trying to coordinate. I saw the way they arrived in Munich when they were trying to play Bayern Munich, and that winger side that is led by Bukayo Saka. They are doing a good job, and Alexandra Leandro Trossard is one of the players who is going to save Arsenal. But as you know that Manchester City is having some big games. But as you know, Manchester City is a team that you cannot predict that is going to happen. Because yesterday we saw they played against Wolves. You know, Wolverhampton Wanderers have been having a very good game, but when they face Man City, then they show them that they are ready to stop them. But yesterday, it was not an easy side for Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is why they were defeated by 5 goals in favor of Manchester City. But what I can say is that, Pep Guardiola knows that Arteta is very thirsty for this Premier League. Since the last time they won it was 2012. So Arteta is thirsty. So you want to know if this guy is going to stop him for winning this uh, Premier League. Manchester City has been winning this league. Now, when they win, they are going to win for the fourth time, and this one is turning to be a farmers' league. How can a team win 4 titles in a row? Four titles in a row means that the fans of Man City are there. They are celebrating, but we have big teams. We have in the Premier League we have Man City, but Man City came the other day. We have Liverpool, that is a big team. We have Manchester United, that's a big team. We also have Arsenal, that is a big team. We have Tottenham, a big team, and the Man City side, despite the struggling Aston Villa that is led by Unai Emery. But Aston Villa is doing a good job. I think Aston Villa is the team that always been giving Arsenal all the time. But Unai Emery has been a coach for Arsenal. Then he knows how to stop Arsenal side. But their win, when they were playing Arsenal, that is where Arsenal started to lose hopes for winning the Premier League. But when you talk about the big teams in EPL, that is the English Premier League, when they meet, there is that pressure that comes. When they meet, there is that spirit whereby you want to win against big team. But when they meet, when the players are not ready, then that is what we saw when Chelsea played against Arsenal. Arsenal won 5 goals, and that is one of the greatest defeat that Chelsea got, because I don't expect a big team like Chelsea to be defeated 5 goals. Maybe 1 goal, 2 goals, but 5 goals without an answer, then that is a big problem. I think Mauricio Pochettino side is doing well so that they can come back and show us that they want to play for Premier League, because the way they are playing is like they are not ready. So again, Arteta yesterday said that the team is ready to win this Premier League. They are not going to make any mistake. They had big games against Chelsea. They won yesterday. They won, and it's like this team has the spirit to win. Now the pressure is upon Mikel Arteta and the Bukayo side to win, because Bukayo Saka has been showing a very good performance when it comes to Arsenal. He has been scoring goals, and again the captain uh, of Arsenal is doing a very good job. That is Martin Odegaard. Is giving assist and also trying to balance the midfield and also the defense. And that is where the strongness of a team comes from. You can see how that guy comes behind to help William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and also now they are trying to make Zinchenko a very good defender, and also the best defender in Premier League now. The CB now they comes from Arsenal. It is not easy to dribble past William Saliba. And I'm not trying to say this because I support Arsenal, no. But I'm trying to say Arsenal, they are doing a good job. The defense for Arsenal, led by William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, they are doing a very good job. Kiwior, they are doing a very good job. Ben White and Benjamin White is doing a very good job. So I think the whole team for Arteta, they are ready to win the Premier League. But the question is Pep Guardiola ready to allow these guys to win the Premier League? Yet he has not been featured in UEFA Champions League, despite him being the defending champions. He was eliminated by Real Madrid. They played against Real Madrid in Etihad and also Santiago Bernabeu, and that is where Antonio Rudiger penalty sent Real Madrid to the semi-final. So Pep Guardiola is not playing for UEFA Champions League. Again, Pep Guardiola is not playing for any big competition. Now the focus is Premier League, FA, and those two. I think he is going to show a lot of skills. But the team is strong. Manchester City is very strong, despite the 2 games that we have against Fulham and Tottenham. But I think if Pep Guardiola is going to make a mistake, then that is where Arteta is going to win the Premier League. So the competition is tough, but we wish Arsenal side the very best. Again, before we get into details about the Premier League, I want to tell you that when it comes to La Liga, yesterday Real Madrid were declared the champions of La Liga. That is La Liga Santander. And Real Madrid have been showing a great performance. They have been doing a good job. Carlo Ancelotti is doing a good job, but the race for La Liga is not the same race for Premier League, because now the games are not over, but again they have already declared the winner. Barcelona, despite the struggles from the team, Xavi, they are doing a good job, but still they went on trophyless. I saw them congratulating Real Madrid, and I was like, wow, Barcelona has the guts to congratulate Real Madrid for winning their 36 titles in a row. That was 36 title for Real Madrid in a row. But Barcelona has the guts to congratulate them. So what I can say is that Barcelona, I think when Lionel Messi left the team, when Luis Suarez left the team, when some players there left the team, the momentum of the players to play went away. And despite Robert Lewandowski coming there as the main striker, but still there's something that needs to be done in Barcelona, because Barcelona, they are playing a very good game, but the kind of Barcelona they are playing, this is not the Barcelona we used to know back in 2018, 2019, back in 2020, going back like 2013, when we had Iniesta, Andres Iniesta, when we had Ronaldinho, when we had very good players like Carlos Puyol. This is a new Barcelona. I think there is a change in Barcelona. That's why they have a list of new players. You have the Pedro there, Gavi, they have Jose Kunde, they have Joao Felix. Those are young players. So I think they need time. But when it comes to big teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, there's no time to build the team. That is the same pressure that Mauricio Pochettino side, that is Chelsea, is facing, because the fans are not ready to wait. There's no time to wait. So they are waiting for what? Because I can see the fans were saying that they want to see performance. So Barcelona going on troubleless. Personally, as a fan of Barcelona, I was not happy because Barcelona congratulating Real Madrid for winning for their 36th title. That was something that made fans to get shocked, because how can the team get congratulated yet we are going on topless? But I think Real Madrid is doing a very good job. You can see yesterday Girona celebrated because they qualified for UEFA Champions League. Every team dream is to qualify for the European titles, and Girona qualified for UEFA Champions League for the first time in the history. So that I think that is a big achievement. But before, when the season was starting, I was happy because Girona had that ability to even win the league. But as they went ahead, they started sleeping. I don't know why they slept, because if they had that momentum, if they maintained momentum, I'm very sure Girona could have won the league. But they allowed Real Madrid to take over. And that's why now we have Real Madrid being declared the winners earlier. So I think La Liga is totally different nowadays. Not competition between Barcelona and the Real Madrid that we used to know. El Clasico has been playing. We saw the kind of performance that happened when the El Clasico was being played in Santiago Bernabeu. That is where Barcelona played against Real Madrid. The same El Clasico that was playing back in 2010. That is where people used to know that the real El Clasico is there. But now we don't have that El Clasico. So I think there is a change. There is a change in La Liga. So that was a glimpse of what is happening in La Liga. La Liga already, Real Madrid has been declared the winners. They have won the league, and it is time that we say that Real Madrid is owning that La Liga, that is Spain, La Liga. competition. We move on to Paris Saint-Germain. That is France Ligue 1. France Ligue 1, that is always owned by PSG. You know, PSG, that is led by Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique side, they are doing a good job, despite they were defeated by Borussia Dortmund. So what I can say is that they will always show a very good performance. But now the competition in that league is not the same way we have in La Liga, Premier League, and Bundesliga. The teams there, they seem so reluctant. The only team that shows that they can compete with the PSG is Lille, and Lille, Olympic Lyon. But we also have the Nice, those are the teams that shows some capability to win against PSG. So I think PSG is going to win again that competition, and we wish Luis Enrique side all the best because they are ready to win the UEFA Champions League because Mbappe is leaving. Mbappe already has that proposal that is leaving for big teams, but you know that only Real Madrid wants to sign Kylian Mbappe. That is a great player. But one thing I always say about Kylian Mbappe is that if I was the manager for if I was the manager for PSG, then I will not allow Kylian Mbappe to show us that he is a good player. We saw what happened in the year 2018. That is where they won the World Cup. France won the World Cup back in 2018, and that is the time the year likes of Paul Pogba, Golo Kante, and you know France has a lot of talents. So they won the World Cup. Kylian Mbappe was there and he won the World Cup while he was in his teens. But in 2022, they struggled. They went to the finals, but they were defeated by Argentina. But one thing I always say about Kylian Mbappe, despite him being one of the top talents, he has the skill, he has the speed, and he has everything that entails in football. But he is a very egocentric guy. This ego is one of the things that has made PSG not to win those big titles like UEFA and also the other competition. But the main target is UEFA. They have been winning this League One, but UEFA is the big competition when it comes to European. So they have not been winning this one. Why? This guy is there, he can help the team, but sometimes he plays with ego. And when you play with ego, you are not playing you are not representing your team. The best thing to do is play for your bunch. The likes when we used to watch DJ Drogba. DJ Drogba is one of the players who played for the bunch. And also, you know what happens when a Senegal plays. Sadio Mane plays for the bunch. So I think this is one area whereby this guy has failed PSG terribly because they could have already been winning this UEFA. But now they are there. I saw the last game they are playing. He only won one shot on target. A top player like Kylian Mbappe having one shot on target. What do you expect from that one? So that one was a bad image for Kylian Mbappe. But I think Kylian Mbappe, he should just drop the ego and show the full support for PSG. Despite him leaving for Real Madrid, you know, he's leaving for Real Madrid. So is going for Santiago Bernabeu side. But now he has he has not that chance to prove that I won the UEFA Champions League with PSG when I was leaving. So it's upon him because I did not expect him, despite him being man marked. You know, when you're playing with the Borussia Dortmund, they will man mark you, despite him being man marked. You know, the same way Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are marked, but they still score goals. They still show a big performance. Pape was there in Borussia Dortmund, but he did not even show that ability to score goals or give a assist. Now, I think PSG could have allowed this guy to leave very early. And I know I wish all the best because they are playing with Borussia Dortmund. Then they go for the final. So it's going to be tough competition, but we wish them all the best. So we go to Bundesliga. Bundesliga, this is a side that is already having changes because the same Bayern Munich we used to know, it is not the same Bayern that we know. There is a change because Bayern Munich used to score more than 10 goals. But now, I saw their last game, they were defeated. Thomas Tuchel is like this German side is not favoring him. because there is a change there. The same they are playing. It's not the same Bayern that you used to know, and that you always know that if you are facing Bayern Munich, then you are going to be in problems. But now they are being scored goals by other teams. So what I can say is that Bundesliga Xavi there is doing a good job, and that is why now they are already the winners. They won all the games. Xavi is doing a very good job there because he won the league undefeated, and still is trying to win another European competition. So congratulations to Xavi, and we wish him all the best because that is a good coach who is showing how strong he is when it comes to coaching and other things. So Xavi Alonso's side, Bayern Leverkusen, they are doing a good job, and that is why they are now the winner of Bundesliga. Bayern Munich, they are struggling. Thomas Tuchel is like he's leaving for Bayern after he went there for a short period, and now he's showing interest to join Premier League. Manchester United is ready to take Thomas Tuchel, and still Bayern Munich is interested in Eric Ten Hag. I don't know whether they want to swipe or not. Maybe they want to swipe the coaches, but Thomas Tuchel, what I know, when he came to Chelsea, he was having a very easy time because he had those players. Yes, the likes of Golo Kante, he had the likes of other players like Kaya Vastro, Timo Werner, the likes of Thiago Silva, Reece James. Oh, every player was there, and the likes of Mason Mount. But again, he won the UEFA Champions League, he won the Club World Cup, he won the Super Cup. So those were the greatest performance that Thomas Tuchel pulled there. But when he went to Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich has a lot of players. You have experience there, but again, it's like it's not lucky to be the coach of Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has been struggling, but I think when they are going to meet in the semi-finals, second leg, they are going to show their performance because it is not going to be easy with the Real Madrid. And we wish Thomas Tuchel all the best because if he wins the UEFA Champions League, then he will be having those two competition. He won it with Chelsea. He won it with Bayern Munich, but I think winning it with Chelsea was very tough because Chelsea was struggling. But when you have teams like Bayern Munich, you have players like Harry Kane as a striker. You have wingers like Leroy Sane. You have Mario Goretzka. You have players like Tony. You have players like Joshua Kimmich. You have players like Kimijai. And you have every player. Then you need to win it. So I think Thomas Tuchel has that idea that is going to win this UEFA Champions League. We know that Bayern is not an easy side. So as we shift. Remember, this is the Freak 24, and this is a football analysis. I'm your host today, Boniface Kimanzi. Feel free to join this studio, and through the link that I'm going to share there, join wherever you're watching us, either in Facebook, either you're watching us on YouTube. Join us. Make sure you come into the studio. We discuss and we educate our followers who are interested with this football analysis. Everyone has that ability to watch football. So we are ready, and join us wherever you are because it is in a Freak 24 that you know what happens in terms of politics, sports, love, and also land. We have Dr. Shamba show that happens here. So it is upon you. If you have that ability to join us. If you are free, join us, and let's discuss on what is happening in our country. But here it is a world of sports. We are trying to see who is going to win the Premier League. Is it Man City or is it Arsenal? Arsenal, they are thirsty for this cup because the last time they won it was the year 2003, almost 20 years after they won that cup. So they are thirsty. And we wish them all the best because if they win, the fans will be happy to see that cup. So we go back to Chelsea. You know, Chelsea has been there. The last time they won the game, they were struggling a lot. They won the game against Tottenham, and you know, what I can say is that Tottenham has been a so easy go for Chelsea. It's like Chelsea owns Tottenham side, but Ange Postecoglou goes side, that is the head coach of Tottenham, said that he gave what he had to the team. Now it was upon the team to show what they can do to the Chelsea team. But again, Chelsea outpowered them. You know, the first goal that was scored by Trevor Chalobah, and the second goal scored by the Senegalese guy who was Nicholas Jackson. You know, Nicholas Jackson has been missing a lot of chances there, and people have been complaining. But despite the racism, you know, a lot of people in Premier League they have resist. So despite the resist that is in the Premier League, Nicholas Jackson has pulled over 11 goals and without a penalty. So the guy is doing a good job, but the kind of chances that he has been missing is like if he could have been scoring the goals, then he could be the top scorer because he has been missing a lot of chances. I saw the game that Chelsea played against Manchester City during the FA competition, and Nicolas Jackson was there and missing a lot of chances. If Nicolas Jackson was very keen, Chelsea could not be eliminated by Manchester City during that FA semi-final. But we wish him all the best. He is on his first Premier League season, but he has scored 11 goals. So that shows that the guy is doing a good job. And if he continue like that, then they will always clap for him. And we wish him because we are Africans and Africa 24 supports Africa. Any story that entails Africa, we are there. And because we are Africa, we are going to make sure Nicholas Jackson support is there. People have been pulling a lot of racism, and you know, in APL there's no room for racism. And when you go to the poster that Chelsea uploads there or Nicholas Jackson Instagram account, people go there and abuse him. And one of the things that I will not advocate is that cyberbullying. When you bully a player, then you are going to affect him psychologically. You're going to affect him either physically. You know, someone is going to play, for example, big matches, and then he still has that doubt that the fans are going to boo me. The fans are still abusing me in the social media. Don't think that these guys don't see those messages. They always see those messages. So you go there in the social media in the Nicholas Jackson post, and you after going in there, you go and tweet with abuse. So if you go and tweet abuse there, the same guy is going to say, why are the people abusing me? Why are they abusing? Why are they cyberbullying me? This thing is going to affect the players. So what I can say is that wherever people do those kind of things, they affect those players. But I think Nicholas Jackson is doing a good job there. He will still prove to Chelsea that he has that ability to score goals. So we wish him all the best. But the big problem in Chelsea is that Chelsea has young players, and these young players doesn't even know how to coordinate, but they are trying to mingle. We have been seeing them trying to pull performance, but it will take them time. But the biggest problem is the fans. The fans don't want to hear. We need time, no time to listen. What are we waiting for? They want to see performance. So what I can say is that Chelsea they will struggle, but they will take a lot of time. But Mauricio Pochettino, after the won against Tottenham, you know, Mauricio Pochettino is one of the coaches who were there in Tottenham. He coached Tottenham, and they went up to UEFA Champions League final. That is the year 2018 when they played against Liverpool, and that is when Jurgen Klopp's side. That is when Jurgen Klopp's side won UEFA Champions League because they defeated Liverpool. So Pochettino, after the win against Tottenham, during the press, he was asked, what do you think is going to happen in Chelsea? He said, every coach needs time. Same way, Arsenal were patient with Mikel Arteta. Then the fans for Chelsea. Then the fans for other team, they should give him time. So I was like, yeah, you need time, but fans don't still need time. But I think Todd Bowley, who is the owner for Chelsea, and the whole management, they still want to give Mauricio Pochettino side a lot of time. But we want to see the results. People are saying the Chelsea team is young. Yes, it's young. You can see Moses Caicedo there, all the way coming from Brighton. You know, Enzo Fernandez all the way coming from Benfica. You know, Mikael Modric all the way coming from Portugal side. You know, uh, different players from different leagues. They came together and made Chelsea first team. Nicolas Jackson all the way from Sevilla. Yani, these players came from different leagues. They don't understand which position to play when you are having this player. So they need time, but the fans don't need time. That is why they are saying either either they win or they go, but give time to Mauricio Pochettino. Now we go to Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag side. You know, as a sports journalist, I always say when you are talking about Manchester. You know, Manchester United is a big club. Manchester United is a big club. In fact, in the Premier League, Manchester United is very big. Even the followers, when you go to Facebook, Twitter, IG, they have a very big follower. So Manchester United side, led by Eric Ten Hag, they are doing a very good job. But what I've been saying is like they are struggling. Now they are in position 6. The difference between Manchester United and Chelsea is only 3 points. So they are in position 6. So what I can say is that Manchester United, they are doing a good job, but the kind of performance we are seeing is not the same that people want to see. The kind of performance that they are doing then is not the performance that want to see. I saw the poster whereby Bruno Fernandes like he want to quit. It's like Bruno Fernandes want to quit this Manchester United. He has been the captain for Manchester United, but the kind of response he said he is focusing with the FA final. He is focusing with the Euro. Then after that, you will know what will happen. So if Manchester United loses captain, so who is going to be the captain there? You know, there was a problem whereby Harry Maguire, who was the captain, after he came from Leicester, he was a very good defender. But I think Manchester United, some players there, Old Trafford does not favor some players. So when he came there, there is some problem that happened there. Maguire started to be making some mistakes during the play, and fans were so unhappy with him. He faced a lot of racism, and it went to a point whereby even his mother went to social media and said, "Why do you hate my son? Or should I go to the pitch and play?" That was something that was said by the mother, and that left a lot of people shocked because personally, I tend, and I have said this one, when you're a player and you have this racism and this cyberbullying, it affects you because when you go to the social media, everyone has a right to do everything. So don't go to their social media platform. If you feel then they are doing a bad job, why should you go to the social media platform? Why should you go to their social media platform and start abusing them? This is very bad thing. So Maguire was cyberbullied, and I think that one affected him. But now he's trying to come back to the game, and he's pulling a very good performance. But Maguire, uh, he, this thing of cyberbullying went to an extent whereby he was even denied being the captain. The captain badge was taken away by Eric Ten Hag. But the one thing that I always see about Eric Ten Hag, when he came to Manchester United, this guy does not even love some players. Because we saw the situation whereby Jordan Sancho came to Manchester United, and it was not easy to buy Jordan Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. But when he came to Manchester United, he was doing a very good performance, pulling very good performance. Jordan Sancho is a great dribbler. Jordan Sancho is a player who knows how to position himself and knows how to create chances to score goals and also make it easy for the striker because they were playing with Jude Bellingham. I remember when they were played in Borussia Dortmund. They were players like Jude Bellingham, players like Jamal, there are players like Mark Rios. Erling Haaland was there, and assists were coming for Erling Haaland anytime. Assists were there, and Jadon Sancho was one of the best when it comes to Bundesliga. But a time when he was taken to Manchester United, Old Trafford, Eric Ten Hag, when he came there, is like there were some differences with Jordan Sancho. But one thing I can say is that these players still are human beings. They didn't go to clubs. These players need to enjoy with their families. So when you join the club, sees that kind of things like you want to become a dictator. But these guys have a lot of money, and sometimes they can forgo the sports and join other things. You can see the kind of things Pogba is doing. Pogba was banned for the next 2 years because of doping, but he seems no bothered, and that is one of the best talents you will ever see. Paul Pogba, when he was playing for Manchester United and the Juventus, you cannot compare the Paul Pogba we used to see back in 2018 World Cup, where we had Golo Kante, Paul Pogba, Kylian Mbappe, Oliver Giroud. That is one of the top talents you will ever see. If you watch Paul Pogba play, then you know that he is the midfield maestro. And Jadon Sancho had a very hard time in Manchester. You remember even they removed him from the WhatsApp group. You remember Jadon Sancho saying that the Eric Ten Hag does not even give him support, does not even allow him play games. And he responded to Ten Hag saying that he will not condone such kind of thing until Jordan Sancho apologized. But my question was, why do you want Jordan Sancho to apologize to you? And yet you are the main cause of this problem. You are the person who is telling people bad things about Jordan Sancho. So I think that thing affected Sancho, and that is why now Sancho is doing a good job. And I saw during UEFA Champions League, whereby Borussia Dortmund played against the PSG. I saw what Eric Ten Hag said, because Jordan Sancho pulled the one of the best performance in that competition. He had 13 dribbles, successful dribbling, and I think PSG had a very tough time against Jordan Sancho, because he showed them that I am the Jordan Sancho that you used to know. Either I was in Manchester or not, but I am the Jordan Sancho that you should respect. And the people saw that. Eric Ten Hag, after the press, he was asked, what do you see? What do you say about Jordan Sancho today performance? And he said he proved to people why he was bought by Manchester United. One of the things that makes me hate Eric Ten Hag is because why do Eric Ten Hag has some differences with players? Because if I was the person who was being asked that question, I would say I am really happy for him, and I want to wish him all the best so that they can win it. But he brought Manchester United case there. And when Jordan Sancho went there in Manchester, he was playing a very good game. But with the time, this one affected him to an extent that he deleted all the posts and disabled the Instagram post until he went back to Borussia Dortmund. So I think Eric Ten Hag has some problems, and have been always seeing what is happening in Manchester. Again, I saw there's a problem whereby they played against Manchester played and they were defeated. That is some months ago. But when they finished the game, these players have something else to do, not only playing. We saw Marcus Rashford going to clubs and enjoy himself. So Jordan Sancho, no, Eric Ten Hag, when he asked why was this happening, he said, "I will handle this one in the right way." I don't know why. Is there an internal communication problem with Jordan Sancho and the players? Because some things are not to be taken to media. You need to handle them in behind the scenes, closed indoors, because media will always try to bring limelight things that are attracting attention. And if you give media time, then that is when your club is going to have some problem. So Jordan Sancho doing a good job in Borussia Dortmund, and Manchester United are feeling that shame. We go to Manchester City. Before we go to Manchester City, there is this Tottenham side. Ange Postecoglou goal. I think the very first time where Ange Postecoglou faced this defeat and where the team started going down is when they played against Chelsea in the first leg. That is where Madison was injured. That is where Son got some problem. Then Son went to Asia competition, and he was left with some a few players. So he had to make those players play until Madison recovers, Son comes back, and some players, even Bisuma had some injuries. Matasa went, Pape Matasa, who is African, went to Senegal to AFCON, and there was a problem in Tottenham side. And the one thing I thought is that Tottenham can win the Premier League, but with time they slipped, and after they slipped, now they are there struggling to see whether they can win UEFA Champions League or title, or they can get a position for UEFA Champions League. But Ange Postecoglou, since he is this is the first time after he came from Celtic, I think he's going to do a good job, and he is pulling one of the best performers. And that, I think securing a position for UEFA European competition, that is UEFA Champions League, will be one of the best achievements. But they need to pull up the socks and they need to win one of the titles, because either they win Carabao, either they win FA, either they win UEFA Champions League. In 2018, they went up to finals, but when they won that title, when they went to UEFA Champions League finals, they slipped, and that is where Jurgen Klopp took over that final and won the UEFA Champions League. But Ange Postecoglou, he needs just one striker, because they bought Timo Werner from Leverkusen. But when he came there, now he has injury for the rest of the season. The games remaining is not going to play. So I think this guy needs a striker, and he has James Madison there as a creative midfielder. He has Son there, the captain. So despite him having some good players, after the exit of Hurricane, now he needs a striker. He needs someone who can create those chances into goals. So Tottenham, they are going doing a good job. And now some teams have been promoted, others relegated. Manchester City and Arsenal race is very tough. Either the last game is going to determine, or Manchester City loses or Arsenal loses. So any game that is going to affect Arsenal or Manchester City, then we know who is going to win the league. So I pray that Manchester City loses either in West Ham side or Tottenham side, but it is not going to be easy, because because Pep Guardiola knows how to win titles. So it is tough. Premier League is one of the tough competitions that we'll ever see. So Jurgen Klopp side, we are happy that Jurgen Klopp is leaving. Jurgen Klopp, after he announced the exit, number one, he bought road against Carabao, he bought road against FA. Now he has bought road against that is Europa. He has also bought road against Premier League. I think some things comes with bad luck. Jurgen Klopp could have announced this exit when he was close to 2 or 3 games remaining, but he announced very early. I think this one affected the players. That is why they were defeated by Atalanta. They were defeated in the Premier League. They were defeated. I know they won that cup, but I think they needed to win those competitions. They allowed Manchester United to win that FA extra time, because they played like they don't even know football. So Jurgen Klopp leaving, announcing the exit very early. I think this one affected the players. I saw how Virgil van Dijk said, Trent Alexander-Arnold said, and some other players. So I think that was very bad for Jurgen Klopp to announce the exit, because announcing the exit that early affected the players, and that is why now they are not in the race for Premier League and other competition. They were eliminated by Atalanta in the Europa League. So I think that was so bad for Jurgen Klopp, and the exit will not be having that momentum that people knew would have been, because he has won UEFA Champions League since arrival in Liverpool side, that is Anfield. He came in Anfield year 2015, and the same time he came, he has won Premier League, he has won UEFA Champions League, Club World Cup, and also won Super Cup. He also won FA. He also won Carabao. So he has been pulling great performance, but his announcement to exit very early, I think it affected some players. And also we saw he always depend on Mohamed Salah, you know. And during the AFCON, there are some games whereby Mohamed Salah was not there. But he went to AFCON, he got injured, and he went back to Liverpool to get treatment. So I think Jurgen Klopp side, the way we thought he can get that farewell, it is not the same thing that is going to happen. Because now, what are they going to be happy for? Because they are not in those competitions. So Klopp, we wish Jurgen Klopp all the best. And the slot who is coming, I think he is going to be having a tough side. Because it is not easy to fit into the shoes of Jurgen Klopp. It's either you struggle or you have that skill to nurture Liverpool, because these players had already mingled with Jurgen Klopp. These players knew when to play. These players knew what to engage when they are playing against which team, because Jurgen Klopp is one of the coaches that I always admire. The kind of coaching that he always gives the team, because he has that relationship. When you have when you have good relationship with players, then I'm very sure that the players have that ability to win, because they go there with all their heart. But when you have problems, someone will go there with ego. The same way Hakim Ziyech used to play to Chelsea. The guy is one of the top talents that you will ever see. One of the left footed guys will ever see in the football arena. But when he plays, then he has that ego. Then he plays the same way that he wants. That is where he is pulling a very great performance in Galatasaray. And when he asked that, are you going back to Chelsea? He said, no, I am not going back to Chelsea. So ego is very bad, and that is one thing that affects players. This guy knows when to play. Same way, this Arsenal side is pulling. He has, that is, Arteta has that relationship with players. And so the kind of relationship that they are having when they're playing against Bayern Munich in Allianz Arena, when they arrived there, the relationship you have never seen or heard in social media. Mikel Arteta struggling with the players that Gabriel Magalhaes or Leandro Trossard has not come for. He has not pulled for training. So they have been always showing unity, and unity when it comes to these teams is one of the best. So as we finalize our today's program, whereby this is Dimbal Afrique, and we are always here every weekend, so that we can know what happens in the field of sports, what happened in European titles, because sports, when it comes to sports, many people watch sports. By the way, UEFA Champions League is one of the followed competition after World Cup. So when Manchester City was playing Real Madrid, I saw the followers who were trying to do the StreamYard or trying to follow this competition were over 70 billion. And those are a lot of people following one competition. So it's like, if you don't recognize sports, then we always welcome you in Dimbal Afrique, so that you can know what happens in the field of sports. Here you get the time to discuss. Here we gave you time to tell us what is your opinion and who is to replace who, either in Chelsea, Manchester United. Is it going to be a tough competition or not when it comes to EPL? But as we finalize, the big question that I will always ask as we finalize our show is, who is going to win the Premier League? Because Man City is there, Arsenal is there. Arsenal has this thirsty for 20 years. They are thirsty. They are angry for this cup for 20 years. But Man City has been winning consecutively. For now, if they win this one, it will be the fourth one. So if they win the fourth title in a row, so the problem is, the main question is, what are the other teams doing? Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Newcastle. What are they doing? Because if Man City wins this one for the 4th time, then they are trying to change this cup to be Etihad side. So I wish Arsenal can win this title, but let's see until the last. Let's see until the last title. Let's see until the last game, whereby Arsenal is going to show us either they win or not. This was Dimbal Afrik, and I'm your host today. And I always welcome you to our show, give ideas, and also tell us what you want to be done in your team. Because here in Afrik 24, you get the best when it comes to sports industry. Thank you so much for watching today's show, and I am happy that you joined today's show. And let's meet here in Dimba, Africa, same time, same place, next weekend on Saturday. Cheers.